What's going on, YouTube? It's Marvel DC Bros, and today we're coming at you with our theories on who Scott Eastwood is going to be in the DC Cinematic Universe.
So there's been a lot of questioning going around asking who Scott Eastwood is going to play in Suicide Squad, and there's two main theories. One is he's going to be Nightwing, and the other is he's going to play Slade. And one of my friends told me that it's more of they're leaning towards Nightwing, but I've googled it and checked into it, and they think he's going to play Slade. That's what most of the reports have been saying. But I don't know. I mean, the only set photos they have of him, he's in like military gear, and Dick Grayson was a military in the comics. That was kind of like I don't know. I don't know. So I think it's Dick, but he actually came up with this like brilliant theory that was just like it was wild. I was mind blown.
Yeah, I heard in a video and I read in an article that in one scene in Batman vs Superman, Batman breaks into LexCorp and he's looking on two computer screens and in one of them he sees Flash. You just kind of see a blurb go across the screen. It's just like, oh, hey, Flash exists. And then on another completely different screen, it's Aquaman swimming around in a tank, and it was hinted at that he is captured by Amanda Waller. And so my theory is that he's going to be Dick Grayson, and he's going to work for the Suicide Squad to try to find out where Aquaman is and try to break him out. So that it's obviously going to be in the like all in the same universe. Suicide Squad with Batman versus Superman, but it's just going to pull it into connecting more because Batman has one of his, Bat family members in the Suicide Squad working undercover to try to get another Justice League member. So it's a really good idea and it makes sense because it's going to connect them all a lot better.
Yeah, I agree. Like I thought that was really some clever thinking. So Aquaman's trapped by Amanda Waller, Argus, Suicide Squad, and he wants some like an inside man to tell him what's going on and everything. So he sends Dick, his trusty sidekick, to go in and see what's going on, and I think that's brilliant. I think if that is how it is, like, or if not, I mean, it's just a really good idea. I was shocked that he said that. I was like, wow, that's like some really good thinking. I completely agree. I think that's a really good explanation on who he could be playing because it really doesn't make sense for him to be Slade. I mean, he can take out the whole Justice League single handedly. Why would he be on the Suicide Squad? That just doesn't really make sense to me. I think if they put him in the DC Cinematic Universe, it would make sense. But for him to be on the Suicide Squad, it doesn't really make sense. So I think Dick Grayson being in it makes the most sense. And like the theory on why he's in it, that's pretty spot on. I mean, there's no reports saying that's what's happening, but I think that's a really good outcome if that's what happens.
Yeah, and I mean, it also makes a lot of sense because in the current comics, Dick Grayson is Grayson. He's not really Nightwing because everybody knows his secret identity. So he could also, if he's not playing it by Batman, whenever Batman hung up the cape, he could have went undercover and started doing things, or Batman put him there to keep the Suicide Squad straight and make sure that Waller isn't doing anything bad with the Suicide Squad. Like make sure she's doing good with it, like she wants to do. And so it just makes more like complete sense that he's Nightwing placed in there by Batman. Like he could be Slade, but again, why would Slade be in the Suicide Squad, and why would he not have a sword? Like that's, Deathstroke's claim to fame is two swords. And so looking just straight at the facts as of right now, like looking at the comics and looking at all of it's more logical to say that he's Nightwing than it would to say that he's Slade. So, I mean, that's the most, like concrete evidence on what we have that he would be Nightwing.
Yeah, and I think if he is Nightwing, like whether it's he's undercover to check out Aquaman or whatever, I think he would be undercover because I mean, what other role would he have as in the Suicide Squad? I mean, he could join him, but that doesn't make any sense. and he could be like rallying them up because they get too out of control. But I think the best bet is he's going to be undercover. I really do.
Yeah, and it also they I don't know if DC said this or if it's confirmed, but everybody wants the Bat family in the new DC cinematic universe, and so like it's almost confirmed that Jenna Malone's Batman. So why would there not be a Nightwing? Because Dick Grayson is the original member of the Bat family. So why would he not be in there? I mean, it just makes more logical sense that he is Nightwing. So I mean,
Yeah, which well, because Jenna Malone, her new thing is Batgirl, not Batman. But
that's yeah.
I'm so I hope they put the Bat family in the movies because I've been wanting to see them on the big screen for as long as I could remember. They did Batman and Robin so poorly. That Barbara Gordon, I loved that movie, but as a kid, but now it's not good, and they need some justice. That Bat family definitely needs it.
Yeah, the Bat nipples, that was poor.
Yeah, it was so sad.
But I mean, it so part of me wants to believe that it is Nightwing before like you even see the movie. So I guess the opinion's kind of biased, but we know that the Bat family exists from the one trailer that we saw. Like there's a Robin costume and one Robin is dead. So we know that it exists, and so it's just more me hoping that Scott Eastwood is playing Dick Grayson more than it is him playing Slade.
Yeah, and I hope they actually never release who's actually playing until the movie. Like you have to go watch the movie to find out, because I just think that's cool. Like I don't want them to give away any like. It's really not a surprise, but it's like I don't like when they give out too much. Just like the whole Winter Soldier thing, how he was the big bad guy, and I mean, if you didn't read the comics, you don't really know that he's the villain. So, or like he was gonna be Bucky, I guess. And so when they released it, they're like, "Oh yeah, James or Sebastian Stan is Bucky. He's playing the Winter Soldier." It's kind of like, "Oh, really? You just gave that away?" Like, I hate when movies do that, which is kind of silly. But I mean, still, I just hope that they kind of keep it under wraps so you can, I don't know, be surprised.
Yeah, and it's also really cool how they've kept it under wraps for so long. Like the movie's been filming or it's been announced that he's been casted since like January or something, and it's now August, and we still have no idea who we're playing. That's just like really cool
Thank
to
you guys
me.
so much for watching our theory on who Scott Eastwood is playing. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sincerely to one another.
And thank you guys for watching. We'd like you to like the video, comment down below what you guys think he's going to be playing, and subscribe for more videos. And this has been Marvel DC Bros signing out.